All right, cool. All right, it's Tuesday, and as always, thank you guys so much for jumping on the call and being a part of the Tuesday call. I've got some pretty good stuff I want to talk about. I am going to. You may want to. I don't know if you want to take notes or whatever, but I am going to give you some details on some things I think you should be paying attention to as far as your team tree goes. But I'm going to touch on something first that I kind of just because it's appropriate, I think. As most of you know, Andy Bowman died last week, or yeah, it's been almost a week, right? It's been a few days, so Saturday. And he's a very, very, very good friend of mine, and that's Jill Bowman's husband. So for those of you who don't know that, right? So Jill Bowman's husband, and Jill enrolled me. So he's kind of been
Brent, can you mute everyone again because other noise is showing and we can't hear you. All right, sorry.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks, dear. So Andy passed away, and he's one of those guys that he's just an inspiration to me. I probably trained with him since 1992. He was a personal mentor of mine. It's still kind of crazy to me that he's gone. And I've had a lot of people reach out and stuff like that, and I've said it a few times. I don't say it flippantly, but unfortunately, I've had the displeasure of losing several friends. So I kind of understand the process, and it doesn't necessarily make it any easier, but I at least understand where I'm headed and how this is going to work out. So one of the things that made Andy so amazing was he was an influencer. He was a leader. And what made him that leader, and so I kind of started looking through my notes and stuff like that of the past and leadership and stuff like that. And one of the conversations I have a lot of times, I know you guys have the conversations as well, is people say, I don't know anybody, right? I just don't know anybody. I don't really know who to connect with, blah, 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 right? Whatever the explanation is that they don't know someone, right? So I'm going to give you some comments here that are notes on, basically it's on leadership. And what I want you to think about is how that can make you know more people, right? So if you want to know more people, if you want to bring more people into your network, then there's certain things that you've got to do. And those things that you do, whether you talk about them as far as being a leader or you talk about as being, a lot of these things you're going to listen to, you're going, well, that's not a leader, that's just a good person. Well, a good leader is not a manipulator, right? A manipulator is somebody who leads for their personal benefit, okay? And one of the comments, I was actually had this conversation earlier with somebody else, and I said, look, unfortunately, or fortunately, actually it is fortunately in this business, if I enroll Vicky, right, and I enroll Greta, and Greta enrolls a few other people, and Vicky says, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to keep doing it. Guess what? I still make money. Okay? If Vicky says, I'm going to do this full out, guess what? I still make money. Right? So it doesn't matter whether the people do or they don't, you still earn income. Right? Think about the people on your tree. If they do something, you make money. If they don't do something, if you keep doing stuff, you're going to continue to make money whether they do it or not, right? One of the things that I get from people sometimes, I'll tell them, hey, look, you've got this much holding volume. And they'll say, oh, yeah, well, sorry, I just don't know anybody. And again, I'm a little bit on my red side this week because of Andy passing away. And part of it is look, I'm not telling you this for my benefit. Right? I'm telling you this because I know you have the ability to pick up a couple extra bucks. And if you want to make it, that's fantastic. If you don't want to make it, that's okay too. Right? I'm just telling you because I'm trying to be, again, I'm not trying to be a manipulative leader. I'm trying to be an engaging leader. And an engaging leader brings about collusion, right? You bring people together, you bring cohesiveness, right? And so if I can say, hey, Gail, if you do this and this, you're going to make $200. And Gail's like, well, I don't know anybody. And well, okay, thanks for letting me know. But the worst that Gail, not the worst, but one of the things I would normally get is Gail would say, oh yeah, sorry, I don't know anybody. Well, you don't got to apologize to me. It's you that's missing out on the $200, right? I'm fine. So I'm just trying to help her understand that in order to be either a good customer or an income earner, what she can do, right? So where I'm going with that is don't be a manipulative leader. right? Don't be somebody who just goes, oh, I'm going to tell you this just so that I can do well, right? That's not the point. What you're wanting to do is you're wanting to share with people and make people understand that you are available to help them achieve their goals. And along with that goes to this whole idea about how do you engage more people, right? So one of them is value people. Number one is value people. Value the people that are in your network. And don't just walk around and say, oh yeah, I value people. And again, I'm being a little bit on my red side, if you will, because the red side is, or the kind of the non-sensitive side is, I hear people all the time tell me, oh yeah, I value my people. Well, fantastic. Have you reached down and helped anybody lately? Right? You got paid on Monday. Did you reach down and connect with a couple people and say, hey, I'm available to help you? And that doesn't mean you got to give them any of your money if you don't want, right? But did you offer your assistance? Did you offer your time? Did you offer your inspiration? Did you just say, thanks for being a great customer? Right? Those are all ways of valuing people. Now that's just valuing your existing team. How do you build your network? Through valuing people. You take the 10 or 15 minutes. Facebook gives you the ability to value people. Who's having a birthday today that's in your Facebook world? When you get those notifications that says, so these 5 people are having your birthdays today, do you go in and give them a happy birthday or do something like that on their page? Because if you don't, that's your missed opportunity to show some level of value to your existing network, right? A simple happy birthday, or you see somebody's having an anniversary. Do you smile and go, oh, that's cool, they're having a birthday, and scroll on past? Or do you take the 10 seconds it takes to say, type in, have a happy anniversary, wishing you the best, something along those lines? Again, adding value, not just to your existing network, but add value to the, pardon me, not to just your existing Isagenix network, but add value to everybody around you, right? Now, does that mean they're going to sign up for Isagenix? No, but it's great practice for you to add value, right? Do you hold the door open when you see somebody walking in behind you? Do you say hello when you see somebody? You know, there's, you know, I'm sure a lot of people saw, you know, it's gone through Facebook, and I know Courtney can speak to this because she deals with this a lot, is there's story goes, right, that, you know, this person was contemplating suicide, and because somebody was nice to them, it changed the direction of their day, which changed the direction of their decision, right? So your decision to simply be nice to somebody, hold the door open for them, say something nice, pay for the coffee for the person behind you, could have a huge impact on somebody's day. And that's valuing people, right? That's your decision to value people. Your next one is value people. And then the next one is add value to people, right? Engage with them. Be more than just surface with somebody. Right? Jill talks about this all the time. When you see somebody, do you say hello? Or when you see somebody, do you say something like, hey, those are some awesome shoes you've got, or oh, your nails look awesome, or man, your hair looks really nice today, or that's a really cool shirt, right? That's adding more than just a simple hello, which is probably going to get you a hello back. And then you're done, right? Because if I see Vicky standing there and I go, hi, and she goes, hi, where are you going to go for that, right? If I see Vicky and she's got a shirt on that talks about her business or talks about Isagenix or something else, right? I always look for that, like their hat, right? She's got let's say that Vicky had on this will be funny. Vicky had on a Dallas Cowboy hat. And then I would say, Vicky, that's a cool hat. I like your hat, right? Vicky's not gonna wear a Cowboys hat. But that would be an example, right, of starting something that's more of a conversation than just a hello or a hi, right? So add value, so value people, right? Add value to them. And I've talked about this before. Many of us have those people in our life that we see coming and we're like, oh, I wish I had a phone call coming in right now. Because you know that person that's coming up to you is going to suck your plate dry, right? They're not going to add anything to your cup. They're not going to fill it up for you. They're going to tell you about how miserable everything has been, and they're going to tell you the story that they've been telling everybody forever, right? They've got the same story, and they're just going to reiterate it over and over again. And you just know that, right? But then there's also those people in your life when you see them coming, and you're like, I'm not even considering picking up my phone right now. I actually hope they talk to me, right? Because I know I'm going to get engagement from them. I know I'm going to get inspiration from them. I know I'm going to get my cup filled versus having my cup empty, right? So, and then think about who you are as a person, right? Are you that, sorry, I never have my volume turned up. I've been waiting for a phone call. Are you that person who, when somebody sees you walking towards them, are you that person who they're going, oh crap, right? This person's coming and I know they're going to tell me whatever that story about how miserable their day is. They're not, and I know we've all sat down with that person, right? How many of you sit down with that person that at the end of the conversation, you know everything about their last 24, 48 hours, and they know nothing about yours? And it's always that way, right? I see Emma raising her hand. She knows, right? You know those people. And sometimes you need to be that person, right? I'm not saying you don't ever want to be that person that somebody can unload on, right? But if you're always unloading, then maybe other people would like to hear they would like to have a chance to breathe and share some of their life, right? It's just so important, you guys. And then look for ways. Go out of your way to look for ways to add value. Go out of your way. I can't tell you how many times, and I know you guys have seen it too, but it's just, I go to the gym often. So in fact, I'm going to the gym tonight after my call because Zach's got basketball practice. So I hold the door open, right? I always look behind me when I open the door. When I open the door, I always look back and I look and see if anybody's coming. And I've held the door open for, somebody that's, 20, 30, 40 yards away. And you'll see them, right? They realize you're holding the door open, like, oh shit, I better step faster, right? But that's being that's being a good person, but you're doing something polite, you're doing something kind, and it's a habit that you guys can create that makes people want to be attracted to who you are, right? Because then the next time that person sees you, then they remember, oh, that's the person that held the door for me, or that's the person that said something nice to me, and then you can engage with them, right? So look for ways to add value to people. And that can be just the simplest of things, guys. And again, not to continue over the Facebook thing, but in Facebook, it gives you that opportunity to add value. People will say something, right? Oh, look, my kid did such and such. And again, how many people just scroll on by? Or how many people go, hey, congratulations, your kid did some event, right? Because you're taking the time to add that value. And yeah, it can take a lot of time. I'm not telling you it doesn't take time, but it can also just be something that you dedicate a few minutes to. I'm going to dedicate 5 minutes of my day to going through Facebook, not looking for my personal, like, oh, wow, I want to see all this, looking for people that I can say, hey, that's cool, congratulations. My phone has got it like on auto reset for a birthday wish, right? It's a couple different ones. But if it's somebody that I've got some version of relationship with, because if I guess my voice in my head is telling me if I say this to somebody I don't know, then they're like, who the heck is this guy and why are they being so nice, right? But my auto one, if I held up my phone and start tapping it, if I put wishing, if I just hit WI, it's going to say wishing you an amazing year and a very happy birthday, right? So that's my birthday wish to somebody that I know, right? And those are the kind of things you can do, and it just makes it faster, right? You can go through your things, you can make that happen and create those opportunities. Okay. And then look for ways to add value, do things to add value, right? You see the pattern here? So you do things to add value, right? Physically do things, right? How many times have you asked somebody if they push somebody else's shopping cart, or taken somebody's shopping cart from them and gone and pushed it back where it belongs, right? Have you offered to help somebody with a door because they've got a kid in each arm, right? And you've done more than just like taken half a step. You've maybe had to walk across the aisle of the parking lot in order to make that happen, right? Look for those opportunities to do that. And I'm telling you guys, the thing it will do for you is it'll just make you feel better, right? Hey, can I get that door for you? Hey, can I do this for you? And most people are going to say no. Oh no, I got it. Ask that second time. You sure? It's no big deal. And then you'd be surprised how many people go, well, that'd be cool, right? Oh, thanks, right? So offer that. And even if they still say no, you did what you could. You took the opportunity to make that happen, okay? And then this is a big one. Encourage others to do the same. Kind of like what I'm doing with you guys, right? Encourage other people to do the same. Encourage other people to add value. And I'm going to wrap this back into Andy, right? These were the things that he did, right? For those of you who knew him, these were the things he did. I was talking to Chris Hale today, a very good friend of mine, and he works out with him all the time as well, or he used to. And one of the things he said is, and Chris is, Chris is a couple of years older than me, and he and I used to box in the police Olympics together, and he's a tough guy, he's probably one of the toughest people I've ever actually had to box on a regular basis and stuff like that. And but he's a good guy, right? And he said something to me today that I was like, that's Andy, right? And the thing he said is, he goes, yeah, he says, I was getting ready to leave the last day, and Andy said something to him about the fact that, hey, you did really good. And Andy said, and Chris said, yeah, I don't feel like I'm as good a shape as I should be. And Andy's response back to him was, because I think Chris had said something like, yeah, I'm not in that good a shape. That's what he said. And Andy's response back to him was, well, you're not that good a shape is better than most people's, I'm fully in shape. And his comment wasn't to be bragged on. His comment was that when Andy offered a compliment, you knew he meant it, right? It wasn't just like an off the fluff kind of a thing. It was a real, like, he really meant it, right? And that's something that you want to be known as. But you don't get known as that person instantly, right? You're going to have to put in the effort, and you're going to have to add value, and people are going to need to see that you're adding value on a regular basis in order to make that happen. So my encouragement to all of you guys is to add that value, to do those things, to add that value, to make people realize that that you do care and that you do want to add value to their life. And I can't think of anybody, and that's why, like I say, Andy was such a mentor to me, was because of that. Okay, so that's my little bit of adding value. And I'm telling you, for those of you who say, oh, I don't know anybody, try that for a week and see how many more people you know. You'll find that you will engage in a whole lot more people, and you will find that your network will start opening up to you. Okay. All right. So we've got some new people that are on the call. So thank you guys. Thanks for the new people that are on the call. I got some new people. Kim's on here, and Courtney, and who else? Carrie. Well, I've seen Carrie. Carrie's been on the call before. So, and Cindy's on the call. So welcome you guys. Terry Lundy, I haven't seen your face on here, or name on here for a while. I don't see your face right now. But I want to tell you guys thanks for being on the call. And make sure that as we're continuing with the 45-day challenge, Aaron and Jennifer are with us. Thank you, Courtney. So Aaron and Jennifer as well. So make sure that you guys are in the 45-day challenge. I know I said it last week. I'm going to tell you again. It's not about you winning the challenge. It's about you. Here's the thing. And I told this to Kelly D. Kelly was really concerned. She's like, yeah, but how do I say that I'm in the challenge if I'm not doing all the different challenges? And I said, do you do at least 1 to 2 shakes a day? She said, yes, every day. I go, then you're in the challenge. Okay. And as leaders, if you're using the nutrition, if you're doing those things, then you're in the challenge. Okay. If they're cleansing a particular week or a particular day, you understand how to cleanse. You can still offer comments on how to cleanse. You can talk about how to cleanse. You can talk about all those things. And hey, don't tell them I said that. Yeah, right, Kelly. So you've got to be the person that is showing your team to do it. Because like I said, I'm not the only one who said it. I stole the quote, right? Your team members will do 100% of what you don't do, and will do less than half of what you do, right? So if you say, yeah, I'm going to set this one out, I'm telling you guys this. When I see comments like that, I just want to like punch myself in the face and go, are you kidding me? You basically just told all of your team, I'm not doing it, so you don't have to either, right? So encourage your teammates to do it. Encourage your teammates to be involved. And if you say that you're in and you play the games and you get involved and you make the challenges, then that shows your involvement. And these challenges are more about are less about who wins and more about showing people the repetition of how we are successful with our nutrition, right? How you can, it's flexible. How you can drink a shake and an Ionix, and if that's your version, then you're doing a great job, right? If you're doing a 1-day cleanse, you're doing a great job. If you're doing a 2-day cleanse, you're doing a great job. If you wake up in the morning and you think, I'm going to cleanse, and I drink my first serving of cleanse, and an hour later you're having a donut, guess what? You started a cleanse day, right? Now, it may not have ended a cleanse day, but you started a cleanse day, right? And then the next day, maybe you save that donut off until noon, right? All of those are successes. And I really encourage you, when you see people making comments in there about, oh man, I failed my cleanse, I quit. No, you didn't. Always stop that. Stop those comments about I failed it. It's not a failure, because guess what? They did more of a cleanse than they've ever done, and they did more of a cleanse than most people ever will. Right? And that's what you have to show people. It's like, you can't fail this system except for by not using it. So if you start and you don't end it as you planned, there's lots of us that set goals every day and we don't accomplish those goals. Do you say, oh, I failed the day because you didn't do whatever it was? I hope not. I hope you feel like you woke up and at least something good happened during your day, right? So make sure that you're coaching that way in the pages. Make sure that you're putting people in the pages. We actually required on this challenge that people have to be in Great Nutrition and that people have to be in the Team Shady business page. Okay, and the reason we're doing that is to reinforce the opportunity, because here's what happens. And many of you have heard me say this before. I enrolled Vicky, and Vicky says, yeah, that's cool. Thanks for enrolling me. And I like the nutrition, but I'm really not interested in the business. And I go, that's fantastic. And I throw her on the business page. Okay. And then Vicky enrolls Courtney, and she enrolls Courtney, and she's like, Courtney probably doesn't really care about the business, so I'm not going to put her in the page. And then Courtney enrolls Gail, and Gail's like, I wonder if there's a business behind this. I kind of saw something about a business, but she doesn't even know that she's part of a team that does anything, because Courtney didn't know about the business page because Vicky never told her. I don't know Courtney, and therefore I don't know Gail because I didn't get to see her enrolled because she's not part of my notification world or whatever, right? And now all of a sudden I've got somebody who's really interested in the business but doesn't even have a clue that it exists. And that's why when we run these little challenges, we require people to get involved in these pages, because if they take themselves out, that's fine. But at least they know it was there, right? So they can't be the person that sits there and says, yeah, I tried network marketing, but I couldn't find any, there was no support. I didn't know anything. They didn't look for it, right? Because it was right there. You guys put them in it. You guys engaged in it. Okay. So we want to make sure that we're putting them in the pages. Seasonal shake, strategic ordering. Many of you have heard me say this before, but I encourage you, as if you're ordering the product every month and you've got your product, you've got your supply, anytime new shakes come out, anytime new products come out, I'm never going to place an order into my personal account. It's just never going to happen, right? Yes, I'm going to get caramel latte shake because I like it in my coffee, but I'm not going to place that order under my account, right? I'm going to go down into my tree someplace and I'm going to see somebody who's got a bunch of cycle volume holding, and maybe they've got one person that's not ordering, so they're what we call a pirate, right? They've got an active one side but not an active two sides, and I'm going to go down there and I'm going to say, hey Vicky, I see that you enrolled Gail and you enrolled Carla. Can I help you out? Would you mind if I helped you out? I'm going to place this order, and if I place this order under Carla because she's not active right now, it's going to cause you to cycle, and you're going to make $300. Well, yeah. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to place the order. Can you let Carla know that she's going to see activity in her page, but it's me buying the product, right? And I'm going to go in, I'm going to place that order and make it happen, and we're good to go, right? And that's called strategic ordering, right? Now, what did I do with that? I was not a manipulative leader, right? I wasn't just looking for a way to make myself money. I wasn't just looking for a way to, oh, I got my shakes, woo, I'm out, right? I was conscious about, I ordered my shakes in a way that would help somebody on my team also benefit. Because I'm going to order my 100 BV every month anyway, right? I'm always active. I'm never not going to be active. So if I ever order extra product, I'm always going to look for a place to place that order that benefits somebody else on the team versus just benefiting me, because I'm still going to get the benefit from it, right? That's a great thing about Isagenix, right? If I place the order, I still benefit because I still get the volume, right? So something to consider, right? Yes, I might have to pay my shipping fee because I don't have ISA delivery under Carla's account, right? I get that. But if I can help, Vicky cycle and make, $300 and it costs me $12, $15 for shipping, to me, that's worth it, right? Because I know what I've done is I've made Vicky go, oh, that didn't suck to make a couple $100. Then all of a sudden, maybe next time she goes, I'm going to stay a little bit longer. I'm going to order again. I'm going to invite somebody else, because now she sees that making this money is not that difficult, right? Current activities. Again, for the new people, we have the fall, the fit for the fall 45-day challenge, sip and sample incentive. If you host your first ever sip and sample, then you're going to get $100 for hosting that sip and sample. There's some rules to follow, but make sure that you know what those rules are. They're listed in the pages. So if you go into the team pages and you use the search bar and you type in sip and sample, what is this? September, sip and sample September, you're going to see the sip and sample September incentive. And you'll see what you have to do in order to qualify for that $100 incentive, okay? In addition, you need to make sure that you register for the Isagenix ARE events. So if you have an event, register for the Isagenix ARE. Who has recently registered for Isagenix ARE and gotten their coupon codes? Who has recently done that? Woo. Carla, Kim. Okay. Kim, can you unmute yourself?
Okay.
Hey, can you tell me what the process, go through your process for getting that done?
Oh, so you go to that ARE website and it's in your back office under contest and promotions. You can look for the incentive for this program. And then you just register through Eventbrite. And then it does tell you, so this is, I got a little confused. It does tell you, you will receive an email within 5 business days, which I never got the email. So I went back and I read it, and it says you have to send an email to another email. I just did it today. And then it sent you the survey to take, and immediately I got my 5 coupon codes.
Cool.
So it's right out in your back office. Just make sure you read everything.
That's awesome. So anybody, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. And here's the thing. It's there. You got to read it. But if you don't know, and if you're not sure, that's why Team Shady executive page is there, coaching page is there. Because if you ask the question in there, one of the people that you just saw raise their hand will see that question and will answer that question for you, right? So don't be afraid to message them, send a private message, whatever, in order to make sure that everybody understands how to do that. Because you guys, you get 5 free enrollment codes. And those enrollment codes that you get from the ARE site, those enrollment codes are good for $150 orders. Okay, so somebody orders $150 or more, you get free enrollment. Better than 150 BV enrollment, which is what you get when you convert from preferred customer to associate. So anybody that converts from preferred customer to associate, you will get 2 free enrollment codes because you did that. Okay, so you're gonna get 2 free enrollment codes just because you converted from preferred customer to associate. This is where if you've got somebody on your team and you need some free enrollment codes, then you go down to them and you say, hey, Gail, you know what? I see that you're a preferred customer. I'm getting ready to do some events and I would love to get some of these free enrollment codes. Would you mind would you mind finishing your enrollment? That's terminology I request that you use. Finishing your enrollment to associate. And by doing that, you're going to get these 2 enrollment codes. When you get them, you can send them to me, right? And because you send them to me, I'll send you a box of greens or something. I don't know. I mean, whatever you feel like would help incentivize that to happen. But that will get you those free enrollment codes, right? So just something to keep in mind. The High Five Club. This is the one that I'm going to go over again because I've gone over this a few times. Let's see where I'm at here. So I'm going to go over the High Five Club and how that works. Okay. So I want you guys to understand that there's 2 different ways to get into the High Five Club. And one of those is to enroll 5 people with at least 125 BV or more. Okay. So 125 BV or more, 5 enrollments over the course of the month. Okay. Just like your little pie chart. Your pie chart goes from is a 1 month. Okay, so it's from the first day of the month to the last day of the month. So if you enroll 5 people, 125 BV or more during that month, so during the month of September is where we're at right now, then you're going to be in the High Five Club. What you need to do is write those enrollments down and send those enrollments to assistant@Team Shady Style, and make sure you put the style in, because some people send it to Team Shady and then they wonder why they didn't get a response back. I don't know who that person is that has that email address, but it's not me. It's teamshadystyle.com. Okay, assistant@teamshadystyle.com. You're going to send that email to them, and then the first of the following month, so the 1st of August or 1st of October, we'll look back and all the people that qualified, you're going to earn whatever prize is determined for your first month. Now, the way we run it is that every month gets consecutively better, right? So every month you get 5, you're going to earn the next prize. You don't have to be, they don't have to be consistent. Like, let's say you do it in August, but you don't do it in September. Well, in October, when you enroll 5, you're still going to get month 2 prize, right? We've got identified what month 1 prize is, what month 2 prize, all the way through month 12. Okay. Every prize is better than the last, but they don't have to be consistently, right? So again, like I said, if you get it for the month of August and you skip the month of September, then in the month of October, you get it again, you're going to get month 2 prize. If you skip a couple more months and you get it again, you're going to get month 3 prize. If you get it every single month, you're going to get 1 month, 2 month, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, and every prize is better. Okay. The other way that you guys can get the High Five Club is to fill out your Leader in Action form. Okay. Now, all of you that get on here, hopefully you're interested in actually doing the business. And in the business of Isagenix, you're going to see the Leader. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the actual form. Carla, do you think you can explain this? The Leader in Action form?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go to, hang on a second. Let me go back. Let me pull the form up. And I'll put it on here and you explain it. Okay.
Well, how fancy. This is what's on hand right now.
Hang on.
No, I'm not muted.
You're not muted. Good grief, Carla.
Do you want me to start talking?
You can start kind of explaining it while I'm pulling up the form.
Okay. Cool. Just give me like 3 minutes. Okay. Well, first of all, if you need to find this form, if you don't have it, I will message it to you, or you can probably go to isagenixbusiness.com, type in the search, and there it is, because I couldn't find it for the longest time.
Or go to Contest and Promotions and click the button that says View Worksheet.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to get your cycle benchmark. So here's the form. You put the month up there, then you have to get your cycle. All right, there it is. You got to get your cycle benchmark. And so how you do that is you go to the back office and you're going to go down to whatever, like go to business and then scroll all the way down. And some of you will be clicking on director leadership pool details or executive +1 star. You know, I don't know what one that you click on, but whatever one that you click on based on your recognition rank that's where you're going to find what your cycle benchmark is. Okay. So you put that in there.
And if you have a question about that individually, shoot me a message, shoot any of your upline a message, and they'll help you find that. Okay. So the easiest way to do it is go to your back office, go to the top of the page where it says reports, click on reports. And then when it clicks on reports, I want you to click on the one that says business. And then when you click on business, then you're going to go to, the easiest one to go to is your executive report. Okay. Even if you're not executive, it doesn't matter. The benchmark's the same. Go to executive, click on that one. and it's going to show you what your current benchmark is. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so, and they have changed up how they did that also. It used to change every month, but now it doesn't. All right, so the first week of this month ended on 9/1. So we're gonna go with last week. So say your cycle benchmark is 6.
Go with 2, Carla. That way it doesn't have to be so dramatic.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Okay. All right, so say your cycle benchmark is 2 and week ending 9/1. So that means that from the end of August, like look back on your calendar. So from August 26th until September 1st, look at how many cycles you did. And hopefully you had a great week, and hopefully you did 4 cycles. And so that would mean that you are at a +2 in the cycle column. Want to know what's funny is my sheet is backwards than yours, but okay, we'll go with it.
That's right.
And then the next column that is on there is personally enrolled. So this is folks that you have enrolled with 100 BV or more. And you had a great week. You enrolled 2 people. Good job. And also, the next one is how many personal consultants you have created. So people that have you personally enrolled have enrolled 2 people. So you didn't do any of that this week. So that's a 0. And you were at your active executive rank, which we're doing this for you guys the way Team Shady does it, which is you just have to be at an active manager or above. And so you all did that. And so you were active for 1 week.
And it's actually what we've done with that, just so everybody understands, that's if you're active at consultant or above. Okay. So let me give a preview of this morning. So everybody understands this is Isagenix's actual form that they use to determine if you are in leader in action. The top 30 leader in action over the year win prizes. Okay, you can win a trip to they're going to Whistler, Canada next year, right? So if you win leader in action for the year, then you will go to, if you're in the top 30 leader action of the year, then you'll win a prize, and that prize is a trip to Whistler, right, in next spring. So, but for corporate's purposes, they tell you that you have to be executive. For our team, the thing you got to change on this is you got to change this to consultant, right? So this one right here changes to consultant. And then just so you also know, all of these change to plus signs instead of multiplication signs, okay, for our team win, okay? So all these change to plus signs. And you'll see where the benefit of that is here in a second. So go ahead, Carla.
Okay, so then we're going to go down to the next week. So just so you guys know, the number 2, the week ending is 9/8. And then week 3 is 9/15. Week 4 is 9/22. Week 5 is 9/29. There's 5 weeks in the Isagenix month this time around. And so let's just put some numbers in there. I mean, you're going to be active. So we'll just, yes, definitely do that. You're going to do your 5 enrollments for the month. So, week 2, you did 1 enrollment. You did an enrollment every week because you're awesome.
Let's just do this way.
Oh, they only did 3. Okay.
They just did 3.
Shame. Just kidding. Good job. All right. And then your consultants, yes, we're doing 1 per week. We're advancing 1 per week consultants. Come on, Brad.
Let's go 1.
Oh,
I want to show how easy this is, Carla. You're trying to push everybody over the limit. Let's go with 1.
I'm trying to push everybody over the limit. Okay. And then put in whatever you want for the cycles.
All right. So you had a benchmark of 2. So this particular week you cycled 4 times. You got a +2. This week you cycled 3 times. You got a +1. Because this person did all their work the following week, right? You did really good. So you got a +3 because you cycled, say, 5 times, right? And then this week you cycled 2 times, and this week you cycled 2 times, right? So you got a 0 and a 0, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to add all these up, okay? So you add all these, this first row, and you're going to get 5. You add the second row, you're going to get 3. You add the next row, you're going to get 1. You add the next row, and you're +2, +1, plus 3, so you're 6. Okay? And then because we allow you to add across this bottom, you're going to get 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 plus 6 is 15. Okay? So you got 15 points in the Team Shady Leader in Action format. Okay?
Okay.
What are you doing? Causing noise in there, man.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm muting. It's Jason.
So you made 15 points across there. Okay. Now I'm going to give you an example of how else this could look, right? So let's say that you got, let's say you didn't rank advance anybody for the whole month, right? So this becomes a 0. This is the difference, you guys. And I want you to understand the leadership that you guys are involved in. We want you to win we want you to win these prizes, right? I really do. I want you to win these prizes. So if you were doing the corporate version, 5 plus 3 is 8, or actually 5 times 3, right? So if this was the corporate version, this would be multiplication, right? You'd have multiplication in here. So 5 times 3 is 15, but 15 times 0 is 0. And then 0 times 6 is 0. So the corporate version, you would have a 0, right? But what we're doing is we want you to be successful, so we make the addition. So it's 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 0 is 8, and 8 plus 6 is 14, right? 8, yeah, 14. So you got 14 points using our calculations, okay? Now, how does this work? It was as far as being in the High Five Club. So in the High Five Club, what you've got is you can either get 5 enrollments. So if you had 5 here, so if you had 2 and 1, let's say, you'd have 5, right? So you've got 5. And if all these others were 0, literally, if all these others are 0, then you'd still have 5. And you'd still be in the High Five Club. Okay? However, I'm just going to do calculations down here. Let's say that you got your 1 in each one of these, right? So you got 5. What we do require is that you have to have a minimum of 2 enrollments in the month. This is a minimum. Okay? So if you've got 5 plus 2 and the rest of these are zeros, you're at 7, you're in. Okay? If this was a 0 or a 1, whatever, and you had, let's make it a 1. Let's say this is a 1, right? That would be 6. That doesn't qualify. Okay? You must have 2 enrollments here, and this total has to be a minimum of 8. Okay? That's the requirement to be in the High Five, what we call our High Five Club. Okay? And the reason for that, I want you guys to understand that. Carla, go ahead and unmute yourself again.
Unmuted.
So, Carla has been successful in being in the High Five Club for 25 months in a row. Okay? So being in the High Five Club 25 months in a row, she won last year's all the prizes in each category for the last 2 years. So do you remember what was the prizes just for for month 12, Carla?
Cash money.
Do you remember how much?
Like 500 bones.
Yeah, $500 plus reimbursement of her celebration tickets, and there was some other stuff. So again, because this is our personal cash that we're handing out, this is the team cash and the team award, we want to make it challenging, but I also want you guys to get it, right? So the total award prizes for the whole year is like almost $2,000 worth of cash and prizes. So I really want to encourage you guys to go after this. And the last comment I'm going to make about the Leader in Action form, because I have to go over it every single week, and I like going over it because I'm telling you guys, if you want to earn money in this business, had I understood the Leader in Action format when I first started, I'm certain we would be further ahead than we are. And had I understood it when we first started, I'm certain most of you would have been further ahead than you are, because I would have been drilling it as much then as I am now. Because this, guys, is the answer. You want to know how to be successful in this business? It's truly is getting to executive and staying there. It truly is the number of personal enrollments that you do. But it's also, are you rank advancing your team, and are you cycling more than you did last week or last month? That is the 5 fundamentals for being successful in this business. Staying active at any rank, quite honestly, but executive specifically. Getting your personal enrollment, so making at least a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 personal enrollments a month. But rank advancing is key. And there's a lot of people that have enrolled a lot of people, but if they're not rank advancing those people, then their success is doomed. Your success is doomed. Because otherwise, what you're doing is you're selling shakes, right? And if you're trying to earn a real income off of selling shakes, you're going to have a very, very difficult time. It can be, you'll earn some money, but you're not going to earn crazy money. You're not going to earn retirement money, because selling shakes requires you to have a job, right? Going out and enrolling somebody requires you to physically work, right? That's your going to work side. But when somebody orders next month and you just cycle because you were asleep, that's good money, right? Those cycles that just show up at night, or you wake up the next morning and you've got more cycles than you had, that's money, right? And that's money that you can start counting on and you can start enjoying, because that's what this business is about. All this fast upfront money is exactly what it is, right? It's, hey, you make money because you become a consultant. You make money because you did this. You make money because you did that. That's all the quick money. But the real money is helping your team understand how they can make money, right? Helping other people understand the value of this business, because it's real. I'm going to tell a story, but I won't put any names on it because I don't know if I'm supposed to. But there's just this mindset out there that goes around where people are like, oh, you do network marketing? And I'm telling you guys, if you make this business look easy, if you truly do, if you truly go out there and you make this business look easy, people might get jealous, because they've had to go to work to make money that you're now making, and you're making your income look easy. And how do you make that look easy? Because you're adding value and you're connecting with people, and people are like, oh my gosh, how are they doing that? All they're doing is talking to people and being nice to people. Are you kidding me? Right? And then they're wondering how you're doing it, right? And it's really more about connecting, and it's about engaging with people, and that's the reality. Okay, that's where those, because otherwise you're just running around selling, right? Hey, Vicky, you want to buy my shakes? Hey, Courtney, you want to buy my shakes? David, you want to buy my shakes? And they're like, yeah, I know what this phone call is going to be, right? Instead of, hey, Vicky, you know what? I know you've been having some trouble with this or that or the other thing. Are you okay? Are you doing all right? And now all of a sudden we've got a different conversation going, right? You're filling their cup versus trying to take from it. And it's really about that, guys. It's really about filling that cup, okay? All right. Michigan Super Saturday coming up September 14th. Please, please, please reach out if you know people in Michigan, if you know people that are going to be in the Michigan area. It's in the Frankenmuth area. Make sure they're aware. The post is out there over and over again. Post on it. Talk about it. Keep bringing it back to the top, because people don't see it all the time. But that's the one in Super Saturday is September 14th in Frankenmuth area. The Arizona Super Saturday is the September 21st. So if you're in Arizona, you know somebody in Arizona, you've got some people in Arizona, make sure that they know about the Super Saturday in Arizona on September 21st. Okay? All right. I am going to do the U+2 so you guys can see it, and we'll talk about it. And if anybody has questions, we'll have questions, and we're about done. Okay? All right. So, Kim, I picked on you before. Can I pick on you some more? Because I can see your face when I put it off the side. Can you unmute yourself?
All right.
All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate you playing along. All right. So I'm going to enroll. I'm talking to Kim. Kim signed up. She's been using the product. She's had some success with it. And so I want to show her what this looks like. Okay. I want to show her how she can be a good customer. Okay. So my conversation with Kim might start off with something along the lines of, hey, Kim, I know you've been really enjoying the product. You've had some great results. And I saw you make that post the other day on your Facebook about the fact that you were playing with your kids. And I thought that was super cool. And I saw a couple people comment about the way you looked because you had on a pair of shorts. So that was pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah, it made me feel really good. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's very cool. All right. Well, would you mind if I showed you how you can turn some of those comments into maybe a little bit of cash back because you've been buying the product, and I can show you how to get a couple bucks back.
Wow. All right. Sure.
Cool. See, Kim's playing along well. Good job, Kim. All right. So my example is going to be, all right, Kim, so you're signed up. What I want you to do is I want you to complete your enrollment. And by completing your enrollment, what that's going to require you to do is you're going to have to go into your back office, click the little button that says become an associate. I want you to click that button and then go through the process. It's going to ask you your personal information. Isagenix needs your personal information because they need to be able to, if you earn over $600, you're going to get a 1099. So they need your personal information with that. Are you cool with that?
Sure.
And that's only if you make $600,
money.
right? If you don't make $600, no big deal. But if you make $600, then you're going to get 1099. Okay.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. So do you know a couple of the people that commented on your post? Give me a couple of those people's name that commented on your post. Just two of them.
Angie and Shannon.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, if Angie and Shannon want to join you and kind of be in your accountability partners, right? Because you're still rocking and rolling and they seem like they want to be involved, right? So you got Angie and you got Shannon. So if Angie and Shannon sign up, because the way Isagenix works, you're going to earn some cash back just because they signed up, okay? So if Angie orders at least 100 BV, right, orders at least 100 points, then you're going to make $10 because she ordered at least 100 points worth of product, okay? If Shannon does the same thing, you're going to earn another $10, okay? Now, what's going to happen, because you converted your account to, or you completed your enrollment to associate, what's going to happen is Isagenix considers that a notable event, right? So right now, Isagenix is giving you $50 because you became a consultant. But as long as you do that by the end of the year now, because I just extended this, you're going to get an extra $100.
Wow.
So you're going to get $170 just because Shannon and Angie did this. What you just signed up because you did an amazing Facebook post.
Nice.
And I always like to tell people, this isn't you doing the business. This is just how you become a really good customer and get some cash back because you referred the business. It's just a referral bonus. Cool.
Cool.
So what would you do with $170? Can you use $170?
Absolutely. And it pays for my products. I can eat for free.
That's right. So next month's order is free, right?
All
so
right.
If you would like, I can show you how to make a little bit more. Are you open to that?
Sure.
Okay. So if Angie and Shannon are open to it, right, and if they did something similar, right, if they enrolled a couple people, then what would happen is they enroll a couple people and they're going to make however much money they can make. They can make the same amount, right? And if they want to make more, there's ways to make more. But this is just your basics. So they're going to make their money. But Isagenix, because you showed two people how to do this, they're going to pay you $100 for the first one, and they're going to pay you $100 for the second one. And they're going to pay you $100 for your first 40, right? So your first 40 people, if you want to do this, right? If you want to keep doing this, right? If you want to keep earning money, because that's called a consultant right there. So if you create two of those, Isagenix is going to give you another couple $100. So now you've made $370. And if you do this within the first 60 days of converting yourself to an associate, then Isagenix is going to give you another $250 bonus just because they notice you as somebody who's interested in earning more money. So they're going to give you another $250, right? So you're 12, you're 600. That's $620 because you told two people about Isagenix and you showed them how to make the money that you just made.
Sweet.
That good?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's how it works, right? And I really would tell Kim this, right? And Kim, just so you know, if you want to throw a home party, I can show you how to get another $50 in product coupons. And because our team is so amazing, that because we've got a lot of team and a lot of support, you're going to get an extra $100 in cash just because you throw a home party. Okay.
Very cool.
Now there's some rules to the home party, and I'll show you what those are. But you're going to make another $150 in cash and prizes. So just in cash, you're going to make $720, and in prizes, product basically, you're going to get another $50 in product coupons. Okay, and that's just because you decided to host a home party. Because we love it. We love when people invite people over, right? Yeah. And that's it, you guys. That's the you share, they share, you plus two, them plus two, however you want to talk about it. Okay. That's thank you, Kim, for playing along. I do appreciate it. You are a good contestant. So it doesn't have to be, you guys, it doesn't have to be weird. It doesn't have to be crazy. And again, I emphasize this over and over again, because you get so many people that give you the pushback that say they don't want to do the business. And you guys heard me say this before, but if I go to a restaurant and I invite Gail and Woog to the restaurant with me, it does not make me a restaurateur, right? It makes me somebody who referred a couple of friends to go to a restaurant. And if the restaurant gives me a couple bucks off because I brought a couple of my friends, I am not in the restaurant business, right? I'm just a good customer. And the restaurant recognizes me as a good customer, so they give me some reward for doing that. And that's the way I want you guys to think about this when you're talking to somebody who says, I'm not really interested in the business. Okay, that's cool. But if you want to be a good customer, I can show you how to get some money back. Because are you a coupon clipper? Do you clip coupons? Right? And if they say yes, then you say, okay, it's kind of like that, except for you won't nick your finger. Right? So make sure people understand that they're not in the Isagenix business just because they refer a couple people and just because Isagenix kicks them a couple bucks back, right? You're not in the Isagenix business just because you throw a home party, okay? You're doing referral to help me because I'm your friend, and I asked you if you would mind throwing a home party because they do it in the jewelry business, they do it in all kinds of things, and word of mouth is the single best thing out there, right? The bike shop in my town, okay, side story. I'm a cyclist, and there's a particular group of cyclists that have made it very apparent in their messenger group that they want nothing to do with anybody that's doing network marketing. They've like, network marketing, rah, whatever, right? So I'm still in this group, right? They let me be in the group. They know who I am. But again, I'm in there to be of value. I'm not in there to try to take anything. But the other day, they said, hey, if you get a couple, they actually said it this way. They was like, hey, if you get 2 people that come in and buy a bike, then we're going to give you a certain amount of service work for free. And I'm telling you, it was everything I could do to not say, is this some sort of a network marketing scam? But I refrained and I didn't do it. And I should have. And I wish I would have, but I didn't. So, yeah. Oh, I lost everybody. Tracy said I lost everybody. I must have lost everybody because Kim's face was frozen with a smile. So I know I lost everybody. So I don't know if you heard the response to that, but I said, hey, I wanted to say, is this some sort of network marketing scam? But I didn't. I left it alone and I just left it. I left it be. But it was kind of funny because I'm like, really? You like use my line. If you bring in 2 people to buy a bike, then you're going to get some sort of discount, or I can't remember what it was. It was like they said like cash. It didn't say cash back. They said like cash off of your service work or something like that. Oh, anyway, that's it. All right. So any questions about the High Five Club? And I know, like I say, I know we got a lot of new people in here, but I know sometimes I give information like getting information from a fire hose. But I try to keep these right at an hour, and we're right at an hour. So if you have questions, please ask. I didn't follow the chat, so if there's any questions that Tracy didn't answer, Tracy's sitting in the other room because we get feedback if she doesn't, so she's answering the questions in there. But if there's any questions, you guys ask them, and I'm happy to help out and make this happen. The shake release is huge, guys. Keep on this shake release. I know they're only letting you buy 3. I wish, actually, I'm going to talk to John Rames and ask him what the strategy is behind that, because I don't get it. Like, I get it if it was 4, because 4 is 100 BV, but I don't get it if it's 3, unless they're just really trying to make sure that if you are ordering 3 and you're just trying to get 100 BV, that maybe you'll order a different product other than just the shakes. Like I'm always listening. I'm always trying to figure out what the angle is when somebody does something. Maybe that's from my cop world of, trying to figure out somebody's angle, but I'm not sure I'm not sure of the reasoning for the 3. So I can't help you on it. Has anybody tried to do multiple orders in their own account or under an account? Did it work, Carla? Okay. So you can order multiple times. This is one of those things where if you have ISA delivery, it pays to have ISO delivery because you can order multiple times and everything's free. The ISO delivery is something that I really wish more people would take advantage of. Man, I mean, that's a huge opportunity, because these opportunities that happen, these shake drops, I can tell you that there's more products coming. There's some more products coming, maybe by the end of this month, but definitely next month. So there's some more stuff coming out. I'm still expecting the tri-release. They haven't given us the date yet on that. So I'm hoping that comes out by the end of the month. And that would be awesome. There is an extra, here, hang on. I'm gonna turn off the recording.